Okay, so let's start to look at the trot, which is the next gait. And there's a big difference here in the feet, in which now they are spending most of their time off the ground in a suspension phase, it's called. In fact, there's now points throughout the cycle that both feet are off the ground. In this case, I've got a 19 frame cycle, and I've got 1, 2, 3 frames. Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3 frames off the ground. So yeah, both feet are largely off the ground and on the ground for less and less time, and that's what we'll see as the cycles speed up and the animals get faster. Then they're going to spend more time in the air and less time on the ground. In some ways, the trot is one of the easiest cycles because everything is kind of moving up and down at the same time. You can see here, this is my up and down of my chest, hips, and head. And so you're seeing that the chest, hips, and head all have the same down position. Again, I'm adding a little bit of rotation on the head for a little bit of drag. The up position on the head is 1 frame delayed. But that's basically the only offset within that. Because the lion has a flexible spine, I am able to add a little bit of bounce within the spine. So you may feel that as he's walking there. I'm using actually the middle of the spine for a little bit of sort of offset within that. But for the most part, everything is moving at the same time. Yeah, and so the patterns of the feet are, there is a diagonal connection between the feet. So in this case, we're getting the back left and the front right. They land at the same time, and then the back right and the front left last at the same time. And so they're kind of swapping around like that. There's an interesting thing that happens when, like, a lion has quite a long body compared to its legs. If you go to look at something like a dog, which has a shorter body for its legs, you get something kind of more quite interesting happen, which you hopefully can see here. So the feet are coming so far forward, they're having to miss the front leg. So in this case, that back right leg is moving inside or to the left of the front leg. If we see what happens on the other side, as this comes forward, the back left leg is actually missing the front left leg on the same side. So it's not like the back legs are inside the front legs, they're actually shifted over. And you can see this as dogs run sometimes, that they're actually, the whole sort of body is slightly twisted sideways as they're running, as they're trotting forward. So that's something to look out for in some quadrupeds, but not all of them. Our lion, for example, kind of just manages to miss the front leg. I think they just go inside on both sides of the cycle. The horse and the trot is essentially the same thing. We've got the posing of the legs is a bit different. I haven't really talked too much about the legs, but the horse's legs tend to have these sort of tendons in, which makes them quite mechanical. They kind of pop up and then they'll hold and then they'll come down quite quickly. So that's kind of quite important to get. But essentially, it's the same movement as the lion, with the diagonal links between the legs and the up and down positions in the same place. I have the head on a bit more of an offset here. So the head is on a offset from the down of the chest, so it comes down a little frame later than the chest, as well as being the same as the other one, a frame up later on the up. But yeah, that's the trot.